is problem 2-159. I'm going to do letter C and D. It says factor completely. So these ones are a little complicated because you have a coefficient of x squared that's not 1. So I use this box method, the area model box. I put the first number in the bottom left and the constant in the upper right. And then I'm looking for two numbers. Well, I'm going to do a diamond problem here. I want it to multiply to make 10 times -7 is -70. I need a number that multiplies to make -70 and adds to make the coefficient of x, which is -33. And this thing's going to factor. And we're not even going to solve it. We're just going to factor it. So I think 35 times 2 is 70. And if I make this negative and that positive, then they multiply to make -7 at the end. Okay, so this will be so basically what we've done is we just took this 33 and we kind of broke it up into -35 and +2, and then we're gonna see how it factors. So I know that 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, I know I'm going to have an x and an x. I want to be careful where I put my 5 and where I put my 2. I don't want to put the 5 here because then when I try to multiply to make 2, 5 times 5 isn't going to multiply with something to make 2. So I want to make sure the 5 goes here and the 2 goes here. That way when I ask myself 2x times what equals 2x, I'll have a good answer, and that's 1. And then 5 times -7. And then I just check and make sure it works. So this will be 2x minus 7 and 5x plus 1. Sometimes I'll see people give me answers like x equals, they'll find like, like when you solve this, you'd have x is 7/2. They'll have x minus 7/2. And then this one would be x minus 1/5 or something. That we don't want it that way. We don't want it with the fractions like that. We want it factored completely this way using a method similar to this. Okay, so this is what we're looking for right here. Okay, and then so this one we'll just do it the same exact way. I'll make a diamond. I want something that multiplies to make whatever 5 times 24 is. 5 times 20 is 100, and 5 times 4 is 20, so I think 120. And it has to add to make -34. So trying to find the two numbers. I know 12 times 10 makes 120, but that won't work. 60 times 2, 30 times 4, 30 times 4 can work because 30 times 4 makes 120. Just make them both negative. Now they add to make a -34 and they multiply to make 120. So I'm going to use -30x and -4x, and then this is just going to factor. So I know I know I'm going to have x times x equals x squared. My 5, I want to put it down here because it goes into 30, if that makes any sense. And then x times -4 is -4x, and 5x times -6, right? And then I just look right here and make sure these also multiply. And so I've got x minus 6 and 5x minus 4.